Before this course, if I said I had an opinion on intercultural communication, I would be lying. I simply just didn't know the term, and I didn't know how important it is to my daily life and the conversations that I have, especially on my college campus. What is intercultural communication? So I did compile a quick definition. Intercultural communication occurs when people of different cultural backgrounds come together and share their experiences. It means understanding and working with differences in values, beliefs, and communication styles to create better understanding and connect effectively. That's a little bit what intercultural communication. It's the whole interweb of, as you can kind of see right here, of different cultures and different ways that they communicate. This doesn't just have to be verbally. There's so many nonverbal forms of communication, and that's a major one that is talked about in the course. So up next, we have intercultural relationships, which is basically the gist of what I'll be talking about today. The intercultural relationship that I will be discussing today will be that of my friend Olivia and I. This is my old roommate and my good friend Olivia. I met her about almost 3 years ago at SAM. She was my roommate at my second year at SAM. It was her first year. She came from Virginia. I came from Houston, Texas. Well, she lived in Virginia 13 years before she moved to Trinity. So we both have kind of differing backgrounds. I would say very differing backgrounds. You know, her being from the country, me being from the city life, coming together and living, things were just different. Values were different. Me wanting to throw away food after having it a day, and her valuing food and saying, hey, how about we, think about, those without. We came together and taught each other lots of things. Certain things that we may have been ignorant on before coming together, maybe differing political views, things that, when we came together, we realized didn't matter. So we've known each other about almost 3 years. We are pretty close. I mean, I would say I've been to her new apartment since we've, been away from each other for going on 4 months now. I've been to her new apartment. We've still kept in touch, and this is, I will say, a good friend of mine. Olivia is very sweet, even though we do come from different cultural backgrounds. I chose her because me, as you can see, I'm an African American woman, and she is a Caucasian woman. She told me that majority of her family is a German background, and I just thought that was very interesting because majority of my family comes from Africa, which, is very interesting that, although we are different, and even the places where we were raised and, how we came up and, different things in the house, like for instance, pets on the counter. I never thought that I could live with cats, but it's taught me that I could, and which is very interesting. The first thing I would like to discuss that we discussed in the class, my first concept, is relational learning. Relational learning is knowledge gained from specific relationships that can be applied to broader contexts. I picked this because before me and Olivia came together, she had no clue what Juneteenth was. Juneteenth is the day that slaves were free. While many people celebrate the 4th of July, which is the day that America was free, slaves were not free until a little bit later, which is going to be Juneteenth. We celebrate freedom, and it was just something that I was able to educate Olivia about. So whenever the day came around, she reminded me that she knew about Juneteenth, which was a very interesting thing. So it's a lot of different things. I educated her on that. The second thing that we have up is consensus style. This is my second concept. It is a type of style in intellectual relationships that allows for the flexibility and the negotiation. According to the textbook, although we had different views on, that was according to the textbook, my bad, which is flexibility and negotiation. Things that we were able to come together and compromise about, essentially. Like I said, things such as cats in the home. Never thought that I would be able to live with cats, but as time went on, the cats were even able to come into my room, which was amazing. And things that she had to compromise with, things such as me coming home from work, things such as me dipping my braids into a pot of water in the kitchen. She never seen anything like that. She was almost offended the first time that she saw me do that. So I thought that that was very interesting that, you know, we were able to come together and, you know, put aside our differences. And, you know, I think that this relates to intercultural relationships. It just shows that although we come from differing places and differing ideas and different morals being raised, we're still able to come together. I feel like this consensus style is great for us because it's a compromising style. We both are able to not fully get away from ourselves and our culture, but just kind of suppress it in order to make someone else feel comfortable. And my roommate, we were able to make each other feel comfortable through that, which was amazing. Next up, we have the similarity principle. Although this mainly falls under relationships, for us, it falls under the different similarities dialect. Although me and Olivia aren't romantic partners, we are very similar. So we were attracted to each other. We were both waitresses. We were both waitressing at the time while living together. So that similarity, although we're from different cultures and different backgrounds, we were still able to come together at the end of the night and talk about waitressing and talk about, you know, our differences and talk about, you know, although we are different, you know, just how similar and the things we do have in common. And then these are a picture of the cast that I mentioned today. And in conclusion, relational learning, consensus style, and similarity principle all are different concepts that work together that I feel like help my relationships and will help my relationship, the intercultural relationship that I had with Olivia. Thank you so much.